Welcome. Now we are going to discuss MRP 1. MRP 1 is for material resource planning. Normally when the orders received from the customers, manufacturing companies would like to have a planning like what are the finished goods available with them, how many are to be produced, what are the raw material available with them, still how many are to be procured, vendor analysis from whom they have to purchase by considering the factors like best price, available credit limit, etc. Even basic machine allocation details can be recorded. Machine cost updation facility to the finished goods is also available. Let us assume we require the following raw material to produce one number of finished goods, that is FG1. Raw material RM1, one number is required, RM2, two numbers are required, and RM3, three numbers are required. The default vendors for RM1 is vendor A, for RM2 is vendor B, for RM3 the vendor is vendor C. In order to do the planning, these steps are to be followed. First is create a BOM, tag the BOM in product master for finished goods, tag the vendors for raw material, create a link between sales order to delivery note or to sales invoice, record a sales order entry, then production planning. For planning, the data we are getting from sales orders. So there must be a BOM created. As we have created a BOM, our finished goods is FG1, while raw material RM1, RM2, RM3. Each RM1 one number required, RM2 two numbers required, and RM3 three numbers required. In such a way we have defined in the BOM. So next is the created BOM we have to assign in product master for the finished goods. In place of other details, here you will find BOM where the created BOMs will appear. Here we need to select the BOM. For raw material, we have selected the vendor names. Who are the default suppliers? Their vendor names are to be selected. For RM1, we have taken the vendor name as vendor A. So next is, there must be a link between sales order and delivery note or sales order to sales invoice, where this relates to option must also be selected. The relates to must be selected as a sales orders, so a link must be there. Now let us assume we got a order for 100 numbers of FG1 that we are recording in sales order document. So got a order for 100 numbers. Now basing on this 100 numbers we have to plan. For that we are using production planning, then production planner. Here plan number, so we have to input this plan number. We are going with transaction date of sales order, that's why we have selected transaction date of sales orders. From which date to which date you are going to have a plan. If we choose the option as say for the whole year or for one quarter. Production forecasting, so if you want to do it weekly once, then weekly dates will appear in this 1st April, 8th April, like that weekly dates will appear. If you want to go with monthly, then month-wise dates will appear for this period from 1st April to 30th June. So let us go with monthly. Here just click on OK. The data which we have recorded in a sales order will appear in this screen, so that we can do the planning for the selected documents. Here to select any document we are using F3. Only for that document we are going to have a planning. Then products to manufacture. So it will display the available quantity. As we doesn't have any quantity in stock, that's why here it's not showing any available quantity. If we have any stock with us, so that will appear here. Quantity required, quantity to be manufactured. So we have to manufacture the whole 100 numbers. Then BOM details. So here we require RM1 100 numbers, RM2 200 numbers, RM3 300 numbers. This is the order quantity multiplied with BOM quantity. As in BOM we have specified that to prepare one finished goods we require 1 RM1 and 2 RM2 numbers and 3 RM3 quantity. So next, raw material needed. Here sometimes we may be having some raw material with us, so that raw material stock will appear in place of quantity in stock. Quantity already ordered, sometimes we may have ordered to the vendors, they may have not supplied. Those details will appear here. Quantity in stock, what we have, that will appear. Quantity required, quantity to be procured. So next is suppliers analysis. Basing on that, to whom this product must be ordered, that will be the suppliers analysis, which will display the information. So for RM1, for 100 numbers, the best last purchase rate is 1000 rupees, best purchase rate is 1000 rupees. So basing on that, 1000 into 100, 1 lakh rupees amount to be spent for this RM1, it is showing. So next is, if any ledger balance of the vendor will be there, that will appear here. Unused credit, so we may have specified some credit limit. So basing on the credit limit, this unused credit will display. So ledger balance, as we have not bought anything from any of the vendor, it's not showing the ledger balance. If we have bought anything, then it will be deducted from the unused credit. From this screen only, we have an option that directly we can raise a RFQ, request for quote document. Machine allocation and machine cost updation details for a bike. At the time of BOM creation, here we have specified that machine 2 is required to prepare a bike. 1 hour of this machine is required. The cost of machine will be 500 rupees. So in such a way we have recorded. While as we have not entered the machine usage details, when we check the report, that is production related report, the cost it is showing as 50,300. So the machine cost is not involved in this. So to enter the machine usage details, we are using this screen, batch wise machine manpower usage, or we can use the same in through production planning also. There also you will find the same option called batch wise machine or manpower allocation. We can use this screen. The same will also be available in production. While seeing the production status, we have this allocation option. So even we can record our allocation details through this also. So for allocation, batch wise manpower usage, so select the batch, for which batch. So machine 2. So actually the quantity is 5 numbers in this. So total 5 hours we have used. On which date, from which time to which time, we can record those details also, date as well as time. So on 15th April from 12:15 to 5:15 we have used machine 2 for this batch, that is batch number 202. So after selecting the shift and labor, when we click on add, the details is added. Save. Here in a production quantity, it's not showing the machine cost, so it must be refreshed with the new rates. For that we have a option called refresh production rates. When we click on this refresh production rates option, now the rate may have been changed for the finished. Now the cost of bike is changed as 50,800. As we have also recorded the machine usage details, now it is with machine usage with machine cost.